All right. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, all across the globe, welcome to another time on the MLT Network. Power Connections, ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Vaughan, and my wonderful and awesome guest today, Mr. Charles Zachary King. How you doing, Brother King?
You're doing just excellent. Thank you for having me.
Oh, man, my pleasure, man. Thank you for your time today, man. I am so excited. As you know, we just talked earlier this week and just can't wait to have you on more, man, in the future. But thank you so much for your time today, Mr. King. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, also, too, thank you for your time as well. We know you guys are doing some great things as well out there. And I want to encourage you guys to just listen in today. Brother King got some powerful stuff to share. And you obviously you also want to be on his program. When you get finished, you're going to want to be a part of what he's doing as well. So I'm excited about that. So everybody listening live right now, thank you so much for your time. And those listening later on the network, we appreciate you as well on top of that. Well, Brother King, let's get started, man, because we got a lot of money on this broadcast right now, man. We got a lot of money right now tied up. So we're going to make sure we get our money's worth right today. Amen. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Hey, Brother King, we always like to ask our guests, man. We can talk all day for just what issues are going on around the world, man. But if you would give us some thoughts from your wonderful heart and mind on just some encouraging words, anything you want to say to our audience out there from your heart and mind today as we open up, just a little encouraging, empowering words, anything from your words there.
I would like to say that I think everybody, all of us, should be thinking more so about being a part of a community.
Yeah.
And community building is a major thing. It is a big thing, especially in
Yeah.
our communities.
Yeah.
And so for me, I'm community driven. I'm
Yes,
all
bro.
about connecting people.
Yeah.
And what I would love is that as many of us as possible,
Yeah.
hopefully it will be all of us, which that's kind of difficult, but I think the majority of us can say and would definitely love
Yeah.
to connect and grow and expand and build our communities as best as possible.
Yes, sir. No doubt about it, Brother King. Yeah, the goal, ladies and gentlemen, is to work together. You know, as we talked earlier, Brother King, one of my big words now is collaboration. We just collaborate with people, man. I don't care where you're at on the planet. You know, if we got synergy, if we got some things that are in common, we want to work together to help people grow, help our communities grow, help our young people, help our children in the area of business, education, training, technology, all the above. Brother King, that's what we're all about, as you know, as well. So thank you so much, man, for your time today. Incredible, incredible. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking to Brother Charles Zachary King, ladies and gentlemen. He is the CEO and founder of CZK Enterprise, ladies and gentlemen. And I want you guys later on, go to the website, check them out. But most of all, Brother King, I want them to push your website out to everybody on the planet that they know as well. So it's so important. And it's so easy to do, man. In 15 minutes, man, you could have, 5,000, 6,000 people, or less out there looking at your website. So guys, push this out. The broadcast today, push out the interview today with Brother King, and so much more. Hey guys, I want to get started here because I want to first of all give him some props here and give him his respect for Mr. King. I want to read his bio, ladies and gentlemen, that he has. Mr. Charles Zachary King, ladies and gentlemen, is a legacy-driven storyteller. Man, I tell you, we need more of you, man, for sure. Ghostwriter and a cultural architect dedicated to helping people transform their lives experience into powerful written works, as you heard a little bit earlier from his voice, guys. As the creator of Changing Trends and Times, the host of America in Black and White. Man, we're going to hear more about that, how he came up with this wonderful title. Charles has built a reputation for elevating marginalized voices, ladies and gentlemen, preserving community history, and fostering honest, transformative dialogue. Ladies, I want to pause here because everybody, as you know, Brother King, everybody on the planet has a story. No doubt about it. If you're alive, you have a story. So that's what we're excited about. As I continue, guys, with a rare blend of emotional intelligence, narrative, clarity, and strategic insight, Charles partners with leaders, professionals, and everyday people to craft memoirs, speeches, articles, and long-form stories that honor truth and amplify impact. Wow. His ghostwriting philosophy centers on trust, collaboration, and authenticity, ladies and gentlemen, capturing each client's voice with precise while guiding them towards a deeper self-understanding and legacy building. Beyond his writing services, late Gentleman Charles is a community advocate, yeah, platform builder whose work consistently bridges storytelling and empowerment. Through interviews like this, ladies and gentlemen, commentary and cultural analysis, he creates spaces where people feel seen, heard, and valued. And Brother Charles, as you know, who doesn't want that right there, right? That's just the way we're built. We're built to be recognized. So, amen.
Sure.
So I'm excited about that. This mission is simple yet profound to help others articulate their stories, preserve their history, and leave something meaningful behind. Charles, ladies and gentlemen, stands on the intersection of creativity, purpose, service, using words not just to inform, but to heal, connect, and inspire. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the network again, ladies and gentlemen, Brother Charles King. Man, Brother King, what a great bio, my friend. What a great bio. Thank you so much for your time today. Well, Brother King, anything you want to open up with before we start our interview session here? I want to talk about your mission first, but anything else you want to open up before that? Give us a little history about you and growing up a little bit, if you don't mind, a little bit about you.
Well, I was born and raised in Mobile, Alabama. And
Yeah,
being raised in Mobile, I will say that it's one of those that, truly has been an experience. And
yeah,
so for me, after graduating high school, I decided that I would join the military, which was unbeknownst to, something that was uncharacteristic of me, shall I say.
yes, sir.
And for me, this was me wanting to create my own path outside of the family,
Yeah.
to actually create my own path. And
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
so in joining the Navy, I did 10 great
Wow.
years there, and I had the opportunity of coming across hundreds of thousands of personalities.
Yeah, yeah,
And as I got deeper into that experience, I realized one thing after leaving is
yeah,
that if I could deal with this situation,
yeah,
then I'm ready to deal with the world. And
yeah.
so, in leaving the Navy and wanting to get back into the actual society to make a difference,
Mm-hmm.
those ways were a little bit different, a little bit difficult, shall I say, but I was
Yeah.
able to weave through the process. I stayed in Washington, D.C. a bit before coming here to Atlanta. When I got here to
Yeah.
Atlanta, it just took me some time to make some inroads,
Yeah. Right. Right.
but anything that's worth doing is worth anything that's worth having is worth doing. And so for
Yeah.
me, it was always about, trying to figure out a way of actually carving out a path to make community its importance and forefront.
Yeah.
And just and actually doing the accounting bookkeeping work, being a federal
Yeah.
employee,
Mm-hmm.
I figured it was time at some point when I left there in November of 2018
Yeah.
that it was time for me to make real impact.
Yes,
And
sir.
that's where I am at this point.
Wow, I love it. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, this is Power Connections with Kevin Vaughan. My power player today is Mr. Charles Zachary King. We are talking about his wonderful journey with the American in Black and White. And matter of fact, Brother King, I want to ask you about that. How'd you come up with the title, man? What's that all about? Give us a little history on how you came up with the wonderful name.
It's amazing that you asked that question. It's because I came up with that because in wanting to stick true to the authenticity
Yeah,
of not just the world itself in general,
yeah,
but with people, that this is all about authenticity and it's like nothing but the unapologetic truth.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
so when I got this podcast going, it was because I wanted to make sure
yeah,
that we're not going to do the gray, we're not going to be embellishing, but we're going to tell the unapologetic truth where people get to know my guests for
yeah,
what they're doing, the
yeah,
real heroes,
right.
and why they're so important.
Yeah,
And so it's just that when I thought about that, and when if there's a misconception from a lot of folk that don't look like you and I, that when they see this,
yeah,
they have the idea or shall I say, they've got the wrong idea of saying
hmm,
that the show is strictly about Black people, which primarily, we do
Mhm.
carve a lot into Black culture,
Yes,
but
sir.
it does not exclude other folk from
No,
having the
no.
opportunity to come
Right.
and tell their story.
That's right. Amen. Amen. Thank you so much for that. And the same here. Everybody on the planet, you are welcome. Because we were talking about this earlier, Brother King. Because of the technology, we don't have to fly you in. We don't have to feed you. We don't have to put you in a hotel. We can just get you on a Zoom and take care of business. So thank you so much for that. That's powerful. Yeah, we continue to do what we do as well. Hey guys, we're here with Mr. King, ladies and gentlemen. He is the CEO and founder of America, in Black and White. I want to encourage you to check his website out when you get a chance, but most of all, to also drop him a line on all his social media platforms. You'll see it on his website. And of course, get in touch with him for speaking engagements and so forth. And of course, possibly being on his program as well. Hey, so Brother King, tell us about the mission, man. What's the mission? What's your mission, man? I want to hear that right there, buddy.
My mission is to connect each and every
Woo.
community, especially the Black communities
Yeah,
across this entire country and internationally, if
yeah,
possible.
yeah.
Because with that mission being in mind, I've actually done interviews
Yes, sir.
with folk from as far as Africa,
Yeah,
you
wow.
know, and so just in my mission is to make sure that once I can start some inroads and building our communities and
Yeah,
making them strong and giving people the opportunity,
yeah,
of wanting to be a part of missions that are about building and
yeah,
changing the mindsets for a lot of people that really don't get the idea of
right.
why community is so important, especially
Yeah,
at the times that we're in right now. This
yeah.
mission that I set out for is basically was something that was set for what's happening right now.
You got
And
that right,
so
sir.
and so
Yeah,
we have to do what's necessary
yeah,
in
yeah,
order to keep our community strong and stop all of this,
yeah.
this gentrification,
Right,
limiting resources.
right.
I want to help us to go in and make
Yeah,
sure that we're building, whether that is patronizing our businesses, building
right,
our businesses in our community, and
right.
keeping the flow
Yeah,
of money within
yeah,
our communities for as
yeah.
long as possible before they get outside of our communities.
Oh, I love it, Brother King. And ladies and gentlemen, guess what you got to have? You got to have a plan, right? You got to be strategic, right, today. And that's what Brother King brings to the table, ladies and gentlemen. He has that plan. He has that background. And also, too, he has that experience, no doubt about it, being in the Navy. He definitely has that experience on how to move goods, services, and products across the land on top of that. And plus, he knows the numbers, right? Like Joe, he's an accountant, too. He knows the numbers. Matter of fact, Brother King, I had to pull up my notes. We got to give a beautiful shout out to Sister Cheryl Blakeney as well, who connected us. So we got to do that. Such an awesome Black woman, businesswoman, smart, brilliant as well. So Cheryl, thank you so much for this connection. If you're listening now or later on, appreciate you. I had to give her a shout out, man, because that's what it's all about, that connection. And we give
Sure.
credit to all those as well. Hey, Brother King, let's talk about the purpose, man. What's that strong purpose you got? What's your purpose on top of your mission, man?
Okay, well, my purpose is to lead by example.
There you go.
And so for me, as my brand CZK Enterprise goes,
Yeah.
so does all of everything that falls underneath that. But in the
Right.
process of all everything that's linked to CZK Enterprise, what
Yeah.
that is to make sure that it's dishing out and it's touching as many of our communities as possible with
Yeah.
the with the purpose of letting people know that yes, I am leading by that example,
Yeah.
but it does not happen or come to fruition if there are no people to get involved.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
so getting involved, the involvement is
Yeah.
what's so important. And so, I mean, I wish, that even in this purpose of what I
Yeah.
have, I mean, right
Yeah.
now, the team that I work with is very small.
Yeah.
Everybody does really, really good work, and I'm really, really happy,
Hmm.
with the people that I work with. But also at the same time, once it gets to the point of really the growth that I would really love to see, which is the goals and the
Yeah.
purposes for 2026, is to
Yeah.
get that expansion and to hit as many sectors as possible
Right.
because American black and white is going to be around for a long time.
Yes,
And
sir.
so people may as well get used to it, be a part of this growth and this movement now, and let's
Yep.
just get it done.
Hey, man, I'm with you on that. We talk about results now, Brother King. That's what I'm talking about. Even in your home, you got to get results, folks. In your business, you got to get results, right? In your job, you got to get results. And I know in the military, no doubt about that. I haven't been in the military, but I know what it takes to get things done, just as a job or as an assignment or whatever. I mean, that's just the nature of getting things done. You can't not have an assignment and not get it done. You just can't be doing that kind of stuff all day, right? I love it. I remember I worked for an aerospace company, Brother King, and one thing, man, we had to do is get results, man. Or they say, I don't need you around, Mr. Vaughan, if you can't get results. Because our goal is to get some things done, because we were building military aircraft. We had contract, we had deadlines. If we didn't meet deadlines, we would get penalized. And who wants to do that? And if I didn't do that, if I did it correctly, I got raises and I got a lot of raises over the years. So anyway, it's all about results, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you so much for that, Brother King. That's what it's all about. Hey, folks, if you're just joining us, this is Power Connections with Kevin Vaughan, my wonderful guest today, ladies and gentlemen, CEO and founder of CZK Enterprise, Mr. Charles Zachary King, man. We're talking about this wonderful website and also organization that he has. And our goal really is to really get more information to you and also connect those dots, man. That's what we do best too, Brother King. We connect dots. And that dots are people, right? We're talking about people now of all humanity all across the globe on top of that. One of my favorite ones here, I love to ask my guest, Brother King, is the why, man, because you got to have a why to keep going every day. So tell us about that one.
I will tell you this, when you talk about the why, because the why is like as big and as broad as it could ever get. So it's like infamous. For me, my why is to be a part of being my heritage, being the
Yeah,
originators of the
yeah,
face of this earth,
yeah,
where we fed and we have actually grew
yeah,
animals around the world.
yeah,
Everything that looks like what it's supposed to be, has melanin in its skin, is
yeah,
original.
yeah,
So, with that being said, and knowing the historical context of not just this country, but the world itself in general,
yeah,
and how everything that was shown to be an original royalty,
yeah,
just customary as to
yeah,
everyday living and just building this
right.
world, especially this country.
Hmm.
My why is to reestablish
Yeah,
that dominance,
yeah,
that prominence
yeah,
that we are from, that we are originators
yeah,
of.
yeah,
And what
yeah,
people need to understand is that, there's no world if you don't have people that
right.
look like you and I
Yeah,
in it.
yeah, yeah. Amen.
There's no culture if there's no people like you and I don't exist.
Yeah,
But what has happened is that because there's so many folk that have separated,
yeah,
from our culture and knowing what and who we are,
yeah,
my why is to make sure that people understand you need to learn more about
right,
who you are and the
right,
historical context of
right.
what it is to be a melon skin male or female.
Yeah, yeah.
And so once we understand that story
Hmm.
and we understand what was taken,
Yeah,
why it was taken,
yeah,
and how it's being used against us, to
right,
have people that don't quite understand the
right,
historical context of this,
right.
and to bring them back into the fold, because if they don't understand now, again, these times right now today are
Yeah,
so important.
yeah,
And so if they're not understanding now,
yeah,
what's going on, God
yeah,
help them. And
yeah.
like I said, I know that there's not going to be 100% of people that look like you and I that
Right.
are going to actually want to hear or
Yeah,
understand this.
Yeah.
But because they don't want to hear to understand it, that don't mean that, oh, that means that the story has to stop, because it's not going to stop.
That's right.
And so it doesn't matter if it's now or if it's 60 years from now, because I figured that
Right.
maybe I've got maybe 60 more years to go.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Do my damnness to make sure that
Yeah.
I make sure that people understand what's happening and why they need to do the
Yeah.
right thing.
Amen.
Because if you don't do the right thing, how can you expect
Yeah.
a good result? That's it. Again, as they say, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. And
Right.
you're not going to get that result. You see, I think a lot of times people that look like you and I, where we have so much
Yeah.
that we feel like we have not just lost, but we
Yeah.
feel like that okay, there's no, well, look, we have no identity, we have no
Right.
culture. That's
Right.
not true to me. And
Right.
so for me, my thing is that everything that you see in these other folk doing, saying that they're establishing culture
Right.
and dynamics and things of that
Yeah.
nature,
Yeah.
they stole that.
Right.
They
Right.
stole that while
Yeah.
creating the divide for people that look like you
Yeah.
and I,
Yeah.
and where we still feel like we don't exist, or we can exist, or we should not exist.
Yeah.
Well, I don't agree with that.
That's right. Me either. I'm with you on that one, bro. Oh, because the facts are there. The facts and the truth is already there. It's written down. It's written. We got people still alive that can testify to what you're saying. And they didn't tell you the right way. We know that already, Brother King. We know the
Yes.
educational system is not telling the full story. We know that for sure. We got some black historians. We got black professors around the globe that say, "Hey, nope." Matter of fact, I'm excited about Ethiopia. I need to go to Ethiopia, man. Just go over there and just listen. So there's so much that hasn't been told, but we're gonna do our best to tell it.
And as you say that, especially with Ethiopia, knowing that
Yeah,
that's where the original Bible is, and
exactly.
with folk not understanding, and I hope that this don't sound crass, and I'm not trying to cause no chaos and
Oh
disorder, but
no.
I mean, it's obvious, and it's the
Yeah,
honest the truth that people should know
yeah.
that God was black, Jesus was black. Okay, so and stop all of this with white Jesus all over the place and talking about, oh, well,
Right.
I know we have to separate religion and politics, but those things have been integrated with these folk today that
Right.
have been
Yeah.
problems and trouble for this
Yeah.
country since its
Right.
inception, and they're
Right.
continuing that, and they're ramping it up in the
Right.
wrong way. And
Right.
it's not saying that I'm attacking somebody's religion, because I'm not. But I
No.
mean, the truth about that is just the truth about that,
Right.
because going with the revised version
Yeah.
that they want to use today, that excluded several books from the
Right.
original book.
Right.
So I
Right.
mean,
Yeah.
and I, one day they'll get it right, but I
Yeah.
mean, I think it's up to us to make sure that they get it right.
That's
And
right.
so that's part of my why.
Amen. I love it, Brother King. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. We're talking to Brother Charles Zachary King, ladies and gentlemen, on America in Black and White. This wonderful website. I want you guys to check it out a little later on and be a part of his programming, and, of course, share it out on all your platforms as well. But we're talking about his why, which is powerful. And I wrote down while you was talking, Brother King, is all we want is the truth, man. People just want the truth. They want the facts. They don't want to hear about, no, none of this happened. It did happen. But we have to know that. And Brother King, I was just always think about our young adults, man. Our young
Yes.
adults today. Can you talk to them a little bit about the importance of studying, reading, and research on their own? They cannot get locked in to what we call socially modified. My mentor says, we've been socially modified so long, we don't even know what truth is sometimes, because we're locked into a narrative that is not true. Can you talk to our young adults for a little while, please?
Yeah, I think with young people, I have this conversation a lot.
Yeah,
And I know there's some that are probably breaking through, but
right,
the young adults, for one thing, they don't know what it is to critically think.
right,
And critical thinking is so important because in a time where you and
Yeah.
I came up, we
Yeah.
were taught to do one thing, go out there and figure it
Yeah.
out.
Right.
And
Exactly.
then if you get to the point where you can't figure it out, then you got the help to understand why you had to get to this point, and this is how you do it.
Right.
These kids today are so hooked up on, the way the electronics, and the
Yeah.
AI and things of that
Yeah.
nature,
Yeah.
that everything has to be now. It's
Right.
about now. They want the instant gratification.
Right.
Instant gratification is not the way to go, young men and young women. If you can't figure it out and you don't
Yeah.
understand what it is that's happening and why it's happening and
Right.
why you have to do what you have to do to make it right or make it better, then
Yeah.
you have a problem.
Yeah.
Let's go back to, as you mentioned, about education.
Yeah.
Our school systems, which are
Hmm.
basically uh, um,
I don't know what to
just
call
watered in the worst way.
it. Yeah.
Okay. And
Yeah.
so, and for the kids that are in school, that is K-12, K through 12, or if you're in higher education,
Hmm.
there are some things that you're going to have the abilities to reach out on, to go out on your own and to research and learn. But when you get into that thing where this is where you want to go because you want to be a part of this, of something, make that your purpose. But
Yeah.
when you make that your purpose, you want to make sure that one, you
Yeah.
know how to do research,
Hmm.
because if you're doing research properly, you get the sources that you need.
Yeah.
And when you get those sources that you need, I can guarantee you that they will more than be thought provocative in your mind, because it's going to make
Yeah.
you want to go more and
Yeah.
more and more into that situation to
Right.
where you get to be your own
Yeah.
top speaker,
Yeah.
top knowledge person as to
Yeah.
why this is so important.
Yeah.
And just be able to just,
Yeah.
to teach others the same
Yeah.
thing. But, I think as far as education go, I can say
Mhm.
that, nothing's ever perfect, but I
Right.
can say that I think that as we connect and we grow our communities,
Yeah.
I think it'll only get to where it's supposed to be is when
Hmm.
we're able to create our own schools and our own
Yeah.
systems
Yeah. Yeah.
that we can actually grow our youth the way
Yes.
they should be grown, and
Right.
not interacted or intertwined
Yeah.
with the folk that have no discipline
Yeah.
and they have no wherewithal to resolve any issues but just be chaotic. Our
Right.
kids are not chaotic, and they should not be a
Right.
part of systems like that, to where now it's a learned behavior
Hmm.
that they're
Hmm.
acting like those that are causing the chaos and disorder. And
Right.
they're the ones that's facing all the consequences and repercussions.
Yep. Absolutely, man. I love it. You're absolutely, and mom and dads and grandma and grandpas, encourage your children to read more outside the school system. Okay, please do that. That's so important. And if y'all need some help, you need to contact Brother King or myself so we can give you some resources on how to do that. Okay, it's so important that we read outside the system, because the system is designed to funnel in a certain direction and not give the true truth about what they need to really know about. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's so sad because, Brother King, it does hurt my heart that people are coming out of school and can't read, man. Can't read. Can't read. They get ready to sign a contract and don't even know what it says. I mean, for a home or whatever it is. It don't matter if it's a car. I don't care if it's just some new boots or something. You better know what it says in that wording, you know? So we're gonna change some of that, though. We are changing some of that. I know you are, Brother King. We're gonna be changing a lot of that effective immediately for sure.
Sure.
Amen. Thank you so much. Hey guys, this is Power Connections. My power player today is Brother Charles King, late Jim, CEO and founder of America in the Black and White, late Jim. So thank him for being here today. Hey, this is my best part here, Brother King. This is the one I really love the most, man, because we always, you and I are a little older than maybe a lot of folks that are listening today out there, but we have learned a few things. And I always got to ask my guests, what top three things have you learned in your journey to date? What have you learned, man? And that can help us a little bit as well. And what helped get you to a better place as well?
The first thing would be is this system that we're in.
Yeah.
And it's not that I have not known about the system,
Yeah.
but this system that we're in right now, we can't win in this system.
Mm.
We can progress, but we
Mm-hmm.
can't win.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so, what that has taught me is that what I would love to do is
Mm-hmm.
to build a system within the system,
Yeah.
within the
Yeah.
system, in your own system, in
Yeah.
your own vacuum. Because if you want change, this is the only way that change is going to really, really happen.
Yeah.
And that's going to require not just myself, but all of us
Yeah. Right.
pooling every resource that we have to
Yep.
actually make this happen.
Yep.
And because with this system, I mean, it's just I just don't see it as a win. I
Right.
mean, we can all exist,
Yeah. Yeah.
and existing is all they want people
Right.
like us to do is
Right.
just to exist,
Right.
but to exist and be exploited. That's
Right.
one thing I just can't go for that.
Yep.
The other thing that I've learned here on this journey is, you know, I mean, the real
Mm-hmm.
torture and chaos of racism.
Mm.
And along through this, to this day, that, that evil hand
Mm.
has transitioned many, many times into many different things
Mm-hmm.
to
Mm-hmm.
elevate as this system that we're under
Yeah.
continues to elevate to continue repression and oppression.
Yes, sir.
And so what that is teaching me is that it makes me more than want to unite and to grow our communities, but to connect with more of our brothers and sisters
Mm-hmm.
that understand this same thing, that we all
Mm-hmm.
come together to create
Yeah.
some kind of initiative,
Yeah.
some kind of work
Yeah.
that we can do around this whole entire country to
Mm-hmm.
make things better for all of our people. Because,
Yeah.
as we all know, as of 3, 4 years ago, the great remigration has
Mm-hmm.
taken place, where
Mm-hmm.
now we have a lot of our brothers and sisters that are in these northern states, eastern states, midwestern
Mm-hmm.
states, and western states are
Mm-hmm.
migrating back to the south. And
Mm-hmm.
we're migrating back to the south is because this is where all the power, this is where all the resources are.
Yeah.
This is where we take this region of the country and we do the real thing to change the
Mm-hmm.
world.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Amen.
And the latest part of this is just community
Yeah.
itself.
Yeah.
And is that what I've learned, especially since creating this podcast, America in Black and White,
Yeah.
that I've connected with
Yeah.
so many great individuals, so
Yeah.
many professionals from so many different
Yeah.
industries
Right.
that are doing so many good things. But there's so many people in these communities that don't even recognize or realize what
Right.
these people are doing.
Right.
And so when you mentioned earlier about the legacy driven part,
Yeah.
that's where we show that legacy. And
Mm-hmm.
we show that legacy because people get to see these people in the positive light for what
Yeah.
they are doing, instead of looking at this crazy media that's
Right.
always got to show Black
Right.
folks in a negative light, that they're showing folks robbing, stealing, and killing folk,
Right.
when primarily that's just a small sector, when we know who's doing that on the larger scale, but you never
Yep.
hear about it.
That's right.
And so community is that much more important.
Yeah.
And the importance of that is that we have to want to unify. We
Yeah.
can't be coming in saying, "Oh, we want to unify," but
But there ain't no
the
but behind
but,
it. That's
yeah,
right.
exactly.
No
Because
but.
the but means you don't want to do it.
That's right. That's right. Yep.
So just wanting to just make our situations that much better. I really have to say, and I thank you again, even though we still got more to go, but when I think about America in black and white, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and the reason for growing out this website and trying to make sure that it's as pristine as possible
Yeah.
is because when you see where it says podcast resource, right?
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
see, that podcast resource means that when they go and they book an appointment right there, when they hit that little
Mm-hmm.
green button, set up that appointment,
Mm-hmm.
and they
Mm-hmm.
download those resources,
Mm-hmm.
then what happens is we have the opportunity, once I have all of that documentation in place, where they get to keep, well, I actually have also a handbook,
Yeah.
the guest handbook, which they get to keep. But when they fill out those documents and they get those back to me, that's
Yeah.
when I know you're serious.
Right. Right.
Because when you fill out those documents and you get those back to me, that means that you more than want to tell that story, but you want people to know that
Yeah.
you are being resourceful for the people that you are around, trying to
Mm-hmm.
make that difference.
Mm-hmm.
That's what
Mm-hmm.
we want to create.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's what we
Amen.
want to create.
Yeah. I
And
love it.
that's why it's so important that even though when you see America in black and white, you know
Mm-hmm.
that you're seeing something that's powerful, you're seeing something that's legacy driven, but you're also seeing something that's about unification.
Yeah.
So if you're
Yeah.
about unification and you're about community, this is the place for you.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I love it, man. That's powerful. Thank you so much for that, Brother King. I love it. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, this is Power Connection with Kevin Vaughan, our wonderful guest today, ladies and gentlemen, Brother Charles King. Hey, I was writing down, guys, the reason why you need to get in touch with Brother King, guys, on his website. There it is right there, is that you need more exposure, right, Brother King? They need more exposure. And also they need more attention to what you are doing. He just broke it down for you guys. We want to hear from you. Everybody has a story. I got a good friend of mine. That's one of her themes right there. Everybody has a story, folks. We just have to bring it out and help you get it out. That's what we do as well. That's
Sure.
powerful. I love it. Hey, Brother King, I want to give you I want to give you the rest of this time here, but I want to give you a call to action, man. Everybody listening, what's our call to action, man? What do you want us to do, bro?
Okay, my call to action is first thing first is I want everybody to be thinking about how we can get together and build our communities
Yeah. Yeah.
because that's first and foremost.
Yeah.
The second thing is, when you guys know that you have that story and you are doing something
Yeah.
that's contributing to your community, that building and that growth, I need you to go to
Mhm.
americanblackandwhite.us. I need you to go to podcast resources and download those documents and schedule that calendar appointment with me. Because once you book that appointment,
Hmm.
we know that there's purpose, there's legacy behind that,
Yeah.
but there's
Yeah.
also a story that people need to know that's going to resonate with them.
Yeah.
Because there's not one individual that looks like you and I
Right.
that are out there that's got something happening that we all can resonate with because we all have
Yeah.
shared the same commonality
Yep.
of some life forming situation
Yep.
as we've grown in our lives.
Oh, I love it. I love it, Brother
We
White.
all
Brother
resonate.
King. Yeah, thank you so much, Brother King. I was just thinking as you was talking, I was thinking, how do we do that, guys? How do we do that? You get to know people. You get to
Yes,
know them. Folks,
yes,
come on, man. The system's trying to isolate us and say we don't need to know nobody. We got people that doesn't have friends. What kind of life is that? You don't have a friend? That don't make any sense, Brother King. So, ladies and gentlemen, our goal is to work together. Community, right? Encouragement, empowerment, information. If we don't know, we will find out for you if you just ask, right? So we are reaching out to you guys. I want you guys to go to the website. I'm going to put it out there because we got so many thousands of followers. I want at least 1,000 people between now and the end of the year to contact Brother King and sign up, guys. At least 1,000. That's easy. That's 1,000 out of what? 500,000 folks listening across the globe. So come on, people, you can do that. And guess what? As you know, that exponentially goes up when other people share on their website. So we can have at least a million people easy in a few minutes, guys, just by sharing this information out. So guys, please share this out and let's keep it going. Brother King, I want to give you some final thoughts there. Anything you want to close us out with before we close this day out, man? We are approaching the time. You got to come back. No doubt about it. Got to come back. And you are always welcome on any topic. Our goal is to keep it moving, as one of my pastors would say. But any final thoughts, my friend?
Yes, I want to thank you for having me to be a part of this wonderful platform
Absolutely,
because,
sir.
as you say, when we were connected by Cheryl,
Yeah,
Cheryl does things from
yeah,
a purposeful perspective, and she is always welcome to this platform because she's been on the show
yeah,
twice.
yeah,
But I want people to know that. I want you to be a part of what we do here at America in Black and White because what we do is we make sure that we not only build the legacies,
yeah,
but we highlight the work that you're doing, not just on the show. We highlight what you do also in our monthly magazine.
yeah,
In our monthly magazine, AMIBW, people will get the opportunity to one, see that wonderful bio of and that body of work that you are doing and
yeah,
have done, but
yeah,
also get to connect with you via your social media links. They get to
yeah,
connect with you via your website, get to learn more, and as that resource, which is what this platform is for, as a resource, they're able to reach out to you to learn those things that you're doing that maybe
yeah,
you can help them to
yeah,
become just as good as you are.
yeah,
But we have to put these resources back into our youth
yep,
because if we're not legacy driven to
yeah.
continue what we're doing now, then we're only going to fizzle out or we're going to be repeating the same history over and over and over again. So
Amen.
let's do the work. And I welcome each and every individual that's got that real story and is doing their impactful work to be a part of our platforms. And
Amen.
also, let me just do this, and I just want to say that besides what we do here in America in Black and White, we also have the same connections that we do at Changing Trends and Times. And what we do at Changing Trends and Times, they're mutually exclusive, but they do these things in different ways.
Yeah.
Changing Trends and Times is the blog that basically puts the major blast out there that goes international as well.
Hmm. Hmm.
And so you can't miss one way or the other. And
Right.
so you get to learn those things, but what you get to learn also at Changing Trends and Times is you get to nominate those change makers, those people that you feel are so impactful, that are making differences that need to be highlighted. When you highlight them there, we get them out there as well. And that's what
Amen.
I have to say in closing.
Oh man, that's great. Well, thank you so much, Brother King, for being with us. What a powerful interview today. This has got to be one of the best on the planet today for sure. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to understand right now, Brother King already knows this, but ladies and gentlemen, right now there's about 5.6 billion people on the internet right now. So that means you have to have exposure. You have to have videos. You got to have podcasts. You got to have things that make a difference that people are going to want to listen to and be a part of. So, guys, I want you guys to get in touch with Brother King through his website. Get signed up. I want at least 1,000 people from this network and from the platforms around the globe to, I'm talking about my folks over in UK, folks, my folks over in Africa, South Africa, folks, as well, over in Asia, folks. We got some people in Norway, got a good friend in Norway. Be a part of this wonderful, wonderful journey with Brother King. Of course, you can always ask him for details, right? Give him a holler there, and he'll be glad to get back with you on top of that. Man, Brother King. Well, Brother King, you're always welcome. This is part of the Men Let's Talk Network. So, you're always welcome to come back. All we got to do is put it on the schedule, man. That's all we got to do. Amen.
Anytime.
Amen. Well, thank you so much. Yeah, because we got some other hot topics coming up. I've got some other platforms, guys, that you'll be on as well. I'll be having you on another platform just for men only. We'll be talking about some deep dive stuff that will help men across the globe, no matter what their backgrounds are. So we're excited about that as well. All right, good. You good to go, Brother King? That's it?
Yes, sir, I am. I thank you for this opportunity and for this time. And I'm
Yes,
definitely looking forward to coming back.
Absolutely. And also thank you for all those you invited that are listening live right now. Thank you so much from your network on top of that. And I want to tell you guys, you may ask one question: why do we do this? And brother King, you already know. You already know why we do this, man.
Exactly.
Because you matter. You matter. Guess what? You matter to God. Guess what? That's enough right there. You can stop right there. But if you matter to God, that means you matter to us as well. So keep that in mind, folks. So I'm always excited about that. Hey, we got to go, folks. Appreciate your time. Please share this out on all your social media platforms, guys, and get in touch with Mr. King as soon as possible. Set up those appointments. And also, too, guys, Brother King, for my colleagues out there around the globe, if you have a television network, any type of media, podcasts, right, digital magazines, things like that, invite them to come on your program, right, or be a part of your podcast and any media. The information he has is so invaluable, folks, and that you want to make sure that people hear and know about this wonderful brother who is putting out this wonderful information to help us come together as a community. Who doesn't want that? I can understand. I always think about this, Brother King. You know, God made the earth, man, as it did, but notice he didn't make another earth around, you know, within a travel distance. There's a reason for that. So you just can't leave the planet, folks, because you don't like people, right? So that means we should all be getting along, is my point. So let's get along, because there's nowhere else to go that you can live like this as well. So thank you so much for that. All right, Brother King, have a great day. And as my mentor would say, remember to always out-love, out-serve, and out-forgive each other. And we'll see you next time on Power Connections with Kevin Vaughan. Once again, Brother Charles King, thank you so much for your time, bro. Appreciate you so much, man.
Thank you, sir. And I'll definitely talking to you later.
Amen. Looking forward to it. All right, guys. Hey, take care. Enjoy your wonderful day. It's a new month. This is February. So y'all enjoy your new month, guys. Be intentional and be on purpose. And we'll see you next time on Power Connections. Take care, everybody. Appreciate your time. Hey, guys, don't forget to share this out, right, on all your social media platforms. And I'll give you thank you in advance. Thank you so much. Bye-bye now.